Hello Forex traders and prospective traders. As I mentioned before, my name is Oded Shoval. At first, I would like to apologize that my English is not as native as my Forex trading, but I'm sure that you will clearly understand the message I have to deliver to you, and hopefully you will enjoy the following presentation. I'm just about to show you one of the best things happened to me while actually trading the Forex market. I'm sure that you are very tired of hearing about many promises of success that are all in the internet. I've been there exactly like you. Just hear me out, and then hopefully you will be impressed exactly like I was when I discovered this unique revelation. Personally, I've written numerous of books about the Forex market and technical analysis. I also educated many Forex traders during the years. Now, what I'm asking you is just to be open-minded and keep on watching this presentation. I promise you, you will not be regret, and I'm sure that your Forex trading will never look like it was before, and it will absolutely change the way you trade the Forex market. I've spent big chunk of my life in the international high-tech industry, and due to some personal crisis that happened in my life many years ago, I found myself trading the Forex market. Several years ago, I came across an amazing discovery that changed the course of my life in Forex trading. At first, I was very skeptical and was not sure that this, because it was too good to be true. So, although it seems impossible, I've decided to do extensive research over the internet and ended up with one conclusion. No one, I repeat, no one is familiar with my amazing discovery, and it's truly amazing. Okay, I'm sure that you have arrived at a point of no return and you are already in the Forex market, at least some of you. Now, you can be skeptical, and say to yourself, well, there is another scam or another guy or another person that's trying to make some quick bucks. But please, do carry on watching my presentation with open mind. What I will be presenting, I'm sure, I'm full confidence, will change the way you trade the Forex market, indices, and commodities. Allow me to say that I'm not a charlatan, and it's not a gimmick, it's a real behavior of the market, of the financial market. Now you need to ask yourself, honestly, how is your Forex market trading doing? Do you actually manage to create a steady income every month? How many strategies have you tried? How many robots did you purchase? How much money have you spent on signaling service? How many market analyses have you read in order to make your trading decisions? Okay, so allow me just to say a few more words. I'm sure that you are not a child or you are not a naive, and you understand that money does not grow on trees, and yet I know I will knock you off your feet when you hear that what I have to say. Now, assuming that you have heard about the Elliott wave theories, you may be familiar with the fact that the real fantasy of a trader is to catch wave number 3 or wave number C. Now, you really don't have to know or to be familiar with these theories, but you just need to understand the idea, the psychology idea behind the movement of the waves in the financial markets. Now, I promise you, and I'm giving you my word, that I found a special behavior of the financial market that tells you exactly when the best move in the market are starting in a precision of a 5 pips, or really 5 pips, no more, no more. Just imagine, just a very short stop loss with unbelievable profit potential. Sorry. Now there is no way, but really no way, that you will ever lose money in the Forex market again if you will stick to this behavior and understand the way it's work. Now I name this behavior RAZIEL. So allow me to start my presentation on a live working chart, as you can see, a live Forex chart, as you can see. I will try to share with you as much information as possible, but hopefully you understand that I cannot expose you to all the information comes with this particular revelation. But at least you will see that there is a real tool, a real behavior that you can finally use without using any technical tools, any sophisticated technical analysis. This behavior repeats all the time on all time scales. But I prefer to use the daily chart and the weekly chart. This is a more lucrative chart. Once you enter a trade, you can gain much more pips per trade, because a RAZIEL trade normally will escort you for few days and even more, few weeks in one trade or more. So let's begin. I thank you again for your patience. Hopefully you will enjoy this presentation, and I hope also I will be able to enlighten just a little bit the way you understand and trade the Forex market. Okay, most traders, technical analysis traders, I'm actually making their decision based on resistance lines, or support line, Fibonacci lines. Some professional traders, like I do, using even extension Fibonacci lines, and so on. There are some traders using technical tools like Bollinger Bands or MACD, stochastic oscillator, and so on. Now, I would like you to try and imagine in your mind a point on the chart that nobody familiar with. It's not a standard Fibonacci level, it's not a standard support level or any pivot line. Try to imagine a point that the price touch the point, respect it, retreat a little bit, and change direction immediately. Now normally it's happened when you have a sharp counter move to one direction and then it change immediately the direction again. I would like to share with you, for example, the oil prices. As you can see, during the Middle East crisis with Libya, the oil prices went up, and here it definitely went up sharply. But Monday morning, the price touched this unique point and change direction. Now, for you, again, it's look okay. It's natural. It's natural. It's like a Fibonacci line. It's like a Fibonacci line, but it's not. It's not. That's the only place you can enter a trade immediately. You don't need any confirmation. You don't need any candlestick confirmation or stochastic or any other tool. You don't need to wait, because you must enter immediately to the trade with a very short stop loss. You place your stop loss about 10 pips above the line. That's it. Only this move provided 1200 pips. Let me give you just another example about this chart, about this asset. As you can see, the oil price went down, up, and retraced exactly this unique level. Now again, it's amazing why the market behaved like this with a point that nobody familiar with. This is one of the things that are really amazed all the time. How come, if no one familiar with this point, and I made so many research over the internet and so many books, nobody familiar with it, how come the market changed direction exactly, pinpoint, in this particular price. All you have to do is just to enter the trade. This particular event happened after the end of the US session, and you enter the trade with a very short stop loss. It's like a 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Now, you have to be fair with yourself. Okay, let's take this example. You see that the British pound against the Japanese yen rising sharply to the upper side, and in this particular day you see the stick here, this needle. Nobody will take the risk to sell the British pound against the yen. How come? It's flying up. But I send an immediate signal to my student, sell it right now, because it touched the point and changed direction. Now, one of the nice things about it is that it also tells you the profit target, and normally the profit target is something that you cannot even imagine, because it tells you exactly the point that you will arrive, and it sometimes tells you that the next point will be about 1,000 pips or 2,000 pips profit. Just don't touch it. Don't move your stop loss. Don't try to play with the trade. Let it work until it will arrive the destination. Now, there is a nice thing about this particular pair. I remember a student who just began his studies with me, and he had a small account. He lost a lot of money, and what he have left in his account is about $2,000. Now, it was the first lesson, and normally in the first lesson I'm not recommending to trade on live money. But after a few months of going up, the British pounds against the Japanese yen touched this unbelievable point, and I told him to enter a short trade immediately with a small stop loss. I told him, you may lose 10 pips. He made about $7,000 from his $2,000 account on this particular move. Now, the basic idea of trading Forex is leverage. Now, normally if you need to decide about the leverage by the size of the stop loss. Now, if the stop loss is so small, you can increase your leverage, so you can make much more money in one trade, in one good trade with RAZIEL. All you have to do is to look for this point, to check when a chart respect it and retreat, just few pips. That's all. That's all. For example, as you can see, the behavior is that you have a sharp move to one direction. It touched the point relative to the previous direction, and then drops to the other direction. So once you enter the trade, and once you recognize the point, you can enter with very high leverage, because the stop loss is very small. So if you have a $10,000 account, you can enter, for example, with one lot with not a problem at all. So 100 pips will normally give you about $1,000 with no problem. But it also tells you the profit target. It tells you, don't touch the trade. I will get to my at least first profit target. Let's try and look for some more example. By the way, just 2 days ago, I gave my student 2 recommendations. One is to buy, the first one I gave, and I told him that I prefer this pair, and it's more related to correlation, why sometimes I use a specific pair, was the British pound against the New Zealand dollar. It was just 2 days ago, and I gave this trade. Now, the market moved down sharply relative to this move, and it touched the point about 30 minutes before the UK session opened. So I sent immediate trade, enter the trade. That's it. Now it will go up. You have nothing to fear about this move. You need to learn how to manage this trade. And here you have few hundred pips in 2 days move only by the RAZIEL, because this is the behavior of RAZIEL. A very sharp move. Another nice trade that I gave, it was a long time ago. It was the euro against the New Zealand dollar. Now, I couldn't care less about the asset. I don't care about the name of the asset. Every asset that arrive exactly, very accurately to RAZIEL, I enter my money because you have nothing to risk. This happened about 1 hour after the end of the American session. Okay, I found this pair. Okay, as you can see, it went up sharply. All this move, it touched the point. Once you find it, you enter immediate trade, and it tells you that this is your first profit target. Now, how do you know about it? You can use Fibonacci extension. Now, many traders are not familiar by the usage and the potential of Fibonacci extension. There is a lot into it, and I will not get into it now, but you can make so many trading decisions only by extensions. But here what I'm trying to show you is the behavior of RAZIEL. Now, in order to increase my statistic, I'm using some filters in order to make decision. One of the decision is to use the daily chart and the weekly chart. Okay, then I feel that I'm using trade, or I'm entering trade, that I not need a babysitter to escort them. Let them work. They should work for a long run normally, but sometimes it provides only wave C. For example, sometimes it's a short move, and sometimes it's a longer move. You see, the price of the euro dollar went down and correct directly to RAZIEL, and you can enter a trade. Again, you still have few hundred pips here, okay, but this is a correction. Another example of correction was the here. Okay, as you can see, the Australian dollar moved very sharp to the upside. Now, at about 5 o'clock, the US, the Bernanke, if you're familiar with Bernanke, I've spoken, I don't know, in the US, I'm not give any attention to economic events or economic release, because once you enter RAZIEL, the stop loss is so small that you have nothing to lose. But in this point, okay, as you can see, it touched the point and retreat. Respect it, you can enter the trade. As I mentioned, sometimes you have a wave C, and sometimes it's wave number 3. And this is RAZIEL. This is RAZIEL. Now, just take another example from this pair. Now, normally you see a pair goes down in a sharp way. People afraid to take the long position. They're afraid. Even if they see a Fibonacci level, a resistance level, many times you have these needles that can take you out of a good trade, but they will take you out, or you will be required to a very large stop loss. Therefore, you have RAZIEL. You see the move went down, touched the point of RAZIEL, and changed direction immediately. Now, this is truly amazing. This is truly amazing because you can enter trade with no fear, with high leverage, and it tells you that your first profit target will be about here. Let it work. Many times in the course of the trade, it goes up, it retraces again to RAZIEL relative to this move in a short time scale, and you can enter more money. Now, enter trade is one thing. To manage the trade is another thing. And I develop some special technique to help me manage trade, help me to stay in a trade, not to be afraid of a counter move. Now, I develop a complete theory and way of working and strategy behind RAZIEL. My students name it the holy grail of the Forex market. Now, many of my students they are very well experienced traders. Now, most students that I have come to me to learn after they learned the Forex market, and they lost so many money, unfortunately, in the Forex market. And when I show them the RAZIEL, I really feel that I'm knocking them down. They understand there is something different. Now, beside RAZIEL, I also developed, based on this theory, the way of the 3 nights. Because not all the time you have RAZIEL, and many people want to trade. They see a movement in the market, they want to enter the market. Now, once you have RAZIEL, great, but sometimes you don't have RAZIEL, because you have RAZIEL when there is a move sharps in the market. This is the ideally way, or the ideal time to find the behavior of RAZIEL. But sometimes the market is quiet or goes sideways, and you want to find some other trades to trade with. So I developed the way of the 3 nights that will help you find or become a versatile trader to recognize other entry point with a unique point that some of them I developed, some of them are not mine, but I brought it to a very high level of professionality while using them with a standard Fibonacci level retracement and extension. Now for you, when you see what I'm showing you, you say, okay, just another point, show us something from the past. It's not true. It happens all the time. All the time. You will see a move like this, go sharp and touch this point. There is no way you will take a risk on such a move to take short trade unless it touch the point in a very accurate manner and you enter it with a very short stop loss. All you need is one RAZIEL trade a week to make a lot of money, but there are so many during the week that you trade, or a month. During the month you can have even few. Now I prefer to use the daily chart and the weekly chart, but this particular behavior happens in all time scales. You can find it in 15 minutes, in 30 minutes, in 4 hours, and so on. I do want to encourage you to take a step aside and try to work with RAZIEL. Just for a period of time, you will see your account change direction. Change direction. Now there is no way you will lose money because the stop loss is so small and the potential profit is so high, and you can use high leverage. Now in order to increase your statistic, I developed some tools, some filters that will help me make a better decision even with RAZIEL. Now, the fantasy of traders again is to catch what's so-called wave number 3. As I mentioned before, you don't need to be familiar with the theorist of Elliott wave, but it can help. For example, as you can see here, this was 5 o'clock Israel time, so it's about the opening session of the US. You see the market move very sharp way, and in this day very nice needle to the upper side. But 5 o'clock my time, okay, it's about 9 o'clock US time, the East Coast, this pair touch RAZIEL point, and I send an immediate signal to go short. Normally it's 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you catch wave number 3. A few months ago, just for another example, during the UK session, see the sharp move of the British pound. Nobody will take a risk to sell it. It touched the point, and it tells you also, this is your first profit target, this is your second profit target. So this is about RAZIEL. I do invite you to learn, understand, and use RAZIEL. Now, if I will be able to convince you to use only RAZIEL, because there is no way you lose, and there are many trading opportunities with RAZIEL during a week of trading. Now this is part of what I have to show. There are some more sophisticated way that I'm working, and again, preferably I prefer to work on the daily and a weekly chart. I would like to thank you for watching this presentation. I hope you found it potential for yourself in order to use it in the Forex market. I would like again to encourage you to become familiar with this particular behavior and to understand how to work, and then of course to learn how to manage your decision. My name is Oded Shoval. I would like to thank you for your patience and hope to see you soon with me revealing the behavior of the Forex market. And just before we end up, let me give you some more tip and share with you some more knowledge about the Forex market, and I would like to go to another subject. Thank you very much again for patience. Just bear with me a few more minutes and we are just about to finish. Thank you very much. Okay, I would like to now share with you knowledge. Nothing to do with strategies, just knowledge about the Forex market. Now, many traders entering this market without understanding the behavior of the market. And part of the behavior is correlation, currency correlation. Now you will find some information about correlation in the market, in some website, but not how to use correlation for your advantage. Let me share with you some example. The euro dollar, it's exactly the opposite of the dollar franc. So if you are long in the euro dollar, you want that the dollar franc will go down. It's just the opposite direction. Now there is a reason for that. If you look at the dollar franc, the dollar against the Swiss franc, it's actually the dollar index is the same chart as the dollar index, exactly the same chart. So when euro dollar goes up, it's not actually goes up because of the euro, sometimes maybe because of economic release, but normally the euro dollar goes up when the dollar is weak, and then the dollar franc goes down, and then the dollar index goes down. Now if you have, for example, a RAZIEL on the dollar index, check here, it went down very sharp relative to the previous move. The dollar index touch RAZIEL and respect it. So what do you know now? Is the dollar index is about to go up. Now dollar index means that the dollar just about to become strong in the market for the next few days and few weeks. All you can do, immediately, without even thinking about it, click sell euro dollar, sell British pound, sell Aussie dollar, sell Kiwi dollar, buy dollar franc, sell the Japanese pairs. Okay, when the dollar becomes stronger, the Japanese is even stronger, so you can sell the Japanese pair. But just for example, the RAZIEL here can tell you exactly what's about to happen in the market. When the dollar gets stronger, there is a bad atmosphere in the market. Then the market, the share market, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and so on will go down, will fall down. Now, if you see an opportunity either to sell, like the RAZIEL here, and again it's a weekly chart, you know that the dollar is about to become weak in the market. So if it will be weak, okay, buy the euro dollar, buy the British pound, buy the Aussie dollar, buy the Kiwi dollar, sell the dollar franc, and so on. Now you don't want to trade all positions together. Sometimes you need to make the best decision. For example, if you know or if you understand that there is a chance that the euro British will go down, you know that the euro will be weak compared to the British pound. If euro British go down, normally it said euro go down. Euro go down, dollar franc go up. Dollar franc go up, dollar index will go up. The dollar will be strong. So you cannot enter long trade on a British pound, just for example. Now, the euro British is just the opposite of the British pound. So the British pound, the British pound, again, the Swiss franc, has nothing to do with the British dollar. It's more relative to the dollar franc. The British pound against the franc is very similar behavior to the US dollar against the franc. And you will see they have similar, almost similar, just different rhythm of behavior. So many people make mistakes when they are trading the Forex market. British pound goes up doesn't mean British Swiss franc goes up, and sometimes it even doesn't mean that British against the yen goes up. Now, when you enter the forex market, you need to understand the behavior of the market. You need to become professional. You need to make the right decision. You need to know that commodities are commodities, and when the Australian dollar goes up, the dollar Canadian will go down. And when the Australian dollar will go up, it means that you cannot be short on the New Zealand dollar. You need to understand this behavior in order to make the right and best decision in the market, and also it will help you remain on a bad trade. Sometimes you enter a trade, it goes against you, and you want to close it by losing money. And then in another period, you need an opportunity to change direction. If you understand correlation, it will help you remain in this particular trade, and here RAZIEL can definitely help you very much. Once you're in a trade and you see another trade, just come close to RAZIEL. You may give another chance to your losing trade, and you may change it to a profitable trade. Again, thank you very much. Hope to see us, all of you, with me. I can share with you a lot of knowledge, a professional way of working in the forex market, and to make you a guys and a trader that think about every trade. They give attention to every decision they make by understanding, and they are not working and trying to duplicate or to imitate other ideas in the market. Try to keep yourself out of economic calendars. Don't read market analysis. Try to keep yourself far from Facebook and other places. Put a nice music on your head and analyze and make decision by yourself. Thank you very much, guys. Good luck. Bye bye.